If you were a broke kid back in the 2010s when PlayStation Store was around, you had a PS4 and you didn't have money, you played 5 games: Trove, Warframe, Brawlhalla, DC Universe Online, and I'm missing another one. Nevertheless, Trove is a game that I hold with a very special place in my heart. It was really the first MMO I ever played, before I got into the World of Warcrafts and the Final Fantasy 14s. It had endless adventures, crazy loot, and worlds that you could shape however you want. Basically, Minecraft MMO, which I found very exciting. But today, if you log in 2025, the landscape is very, very different. What was once a thriving MMO feels quiet, almost empty. So, how did a game with such potential and charm slowly fade into obscurity? That's what we're going to be diving into today because Trove was a game that people played. Also, I got a new mic. Comment on the mic. I hope it's way better. Trove officially launched on July of 2015 under Tryon Worlds. From the start, it aimed to combine elements that had been successful in other games: sandbox building slash voxel art style like Minecraft, the RPG and class system of MMOs, and the endless loot and progression that keeps players grinding. The appeal was immediate. Players could jump into randomly generated worlds, explore diverse biomes, defeat dungeons, and collect rare gear. The voxel aesthetic made the world feel playful, and its bright colors and whimsical designs drew in both younger players and hardcore MMO fans. Classes like Candy Berserker and the Neon Ninja were diverse and fun, each offering unique playstyles. The game didn't just want you to grind, although that was the main goal. It wanted you to experiment, build, and express yourself creatively. Early reviews praised it for being fast-paced, visually charming, and surprisingly deep for a voxel-based Minecraft-like MMO. Shout out to the guy with the afro on the side there. That's the entire reason why I chose this image. In its first few years, Trove was booming. My bad. Player counts were high on PC and consoles, Twitch streams showcased endless gameplay, and fan communities thrived on forums and Reddit. Seasonal events brought players back, sometimes in huge numbers. Players bonded over the in-game economy, clubs, and dungeon runs. Especially the in-game economy, we're going to go back to that later. The excitement wasn't just about loot, it was about shared experiences. Rare mounts, skins, and customization options gave players goals beyond just leveling up. You could spend hours showing off builds in both the Minecraft way and the Path of Exile way, completing achievements, or just exploring new worlds. This early period is widely remembered as Trove's Golden Age. Its combination of social interaction, creative freedom, and constant rewards made it feel fresh and addictive. Early content in Trove's years was both frequent and varied. Developers released new biomes, dungeons, mounts, and classes at a steady pace. WCFFS, if you're looking at the image over there. The reward loop worked well. Players could chase rare items, experiment with different classes, and constantly improve their characters. The variety of content meant that no two players' experiences were exactly the same, giving the game a unique identity in the MMO landscape due to its Minecraft building-esque features. Even minor updates felt meaningful. It gave the player base something to explore and brag about. The game felt alive, with something new waiting around every corner. There was a sense of community. But as we all know, nothing does last forever. Around 2018, Tryon Worlds was acquired by GameAgo, and the game's direction started to shift. Updates slowed, and new content often felt repetitive and uninspired. The vibrant loop of constant discovery began to fade. And of course, genre saturation. Voxel-based games were going to be way more popular, constantly being released due to the success of Minecraft, which made Trove going from a very unique MMO, a very unique voxel-based game, to one of many. Then came one of the biggest blows: dupe glitches. Players discovered ways to duplicate items, and suddenly the in-game economy was in chaos. Rare loot became meaningless, trade markets collapsed, and progression lost its value. Veteran players who had spent months or years collecting rare items suddenly felt cheated. Combine this with bugs, inconsistent balance changes, and increasingly grind-heavy updates, and the game's appeal started to crumble. What had once felt exciting and rewarding now felt frustrating. And as these issues compounded, players started leaving in droves. The community shrank, streams went quiet, and forums became more critical than celebratory. Longtime fans who had invested heavily in the game felt disillusioned. New players who might have given it a shot, remember guys, the death spiral, saw empty worlds, broken systems, and a hostile economy. Genre saturation didn't help. By this time, other voxel based games, MMOs, and even sandbox titles were offering more polished, engaged, or just better experiences. Trove began to feel dated, making it hard to attract or retain new players. Few players meant less trading, emptier dungeons, less social interaction. It started to disappear, which again, remember the death loop of any MMO. When people stop logging on, they stop logging on in droves. So, why did Trove decline? Let's break it down. The economy collapsed. The dupes, obviously, completely ruined the marketplace for years. Players lost faith in the reward system. Content fatigue. Updates slowed down and new content often felt repetitive / grind heavy. The excitement of discovery and progression began to fade. Monetization friction. Pay to progress systems and aggressive cash shops frustrated both new and veteran players. The game felt pay to win. Community erosion and genre saturation and the developer shift. It all coalesces into a decline of a game. I mean, here's the thing. The game isn't dead. It still exists, servers are online, and some dedicated players remain. It's a cautionary tale for MMOs. No matter how innovative or charming a game is, a fragile economy, slow updates, bad monetization, and a declining community can dismantle even the most promising worlds. Trove's decline shows how quickly a once thriving MMO can fail when multiple problems compound over time. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, give me a like, give me a subscription, give me a comment, especially hate comments. I need that for the algorithm. Thanks, and after 9 years of development, hopefully it was worth the wait.